Caitlin's future at Unrivaled receives strong prediction from national Analyst amid fever WNBA preseason hustle. How did Caitlin Clark spend her offseason? Well, it was obvious in one photo that quickly went viral back in March. It was obvious in her interviews that made the rounds. Obvious from the greens where she casually stole the spotlight. And definitely obvious from her courtside cameos that screamed fan energy. While most WNBA stars were grinding it out in the Unrivaled league, Clark didn't touch the court for 222 straight days and still stayed front and center. Now that's star power, and Unrivaled knows it. Reports say they tossed her a massive $1 million offer to play in their inaugural season, plus equity and revenue sharing. But Clark passed. After a marathon senior year at Iowa that rolled straight into her debut WNBA campaign, she chose to rest, reset, and hit the gym instead. No games, just grind. Now, heading into year 2, Unrivaled is still chasing the big fish. ESPN sources say the league is looking to lock in more big-name talent, including A'ja Wilson and, of course, Clark. They're hoping to spark talks with both stars in the coming months. But here's the thing, without those headliners, the hype might fizzle. A WNBA GM even told ESPN that Unrivaled needs 18 to 20 of the league's top players on board or risk losing major interest. They're not giving up, though. The league's already working on Season 2 tweaks based on player and staff feedback. And with a new WNBA collective bargaining agreement coming after 2025, the negotiating table might look a whole lot different. But still, if they want real momentum, landing Clark and Wilson would be game-changing. Now, if you're wondering whether Caitlin's gonna sign on this time around, analyst Rachel Demita has thoughts. Her prediction is a hard no for both Clark and A'ja. "I don't think either of them will," she said. "They don't need the extra money. They took the entire off-season off to work on themselves, and we've already seen the difference." She's not wrong. A'ja's sitting on a fully guaranteed $400,000 deal across 2 seasons. Clark's WNBA check might be just $78,066 this year, but that's barely 2 to 3% of her total income. The real money comes from brand endorsements. Demita also pointed out something key. Clark looks stronger this year. The muscle she's added, that's what a full off-season of training will do. No travel, no wear and tear. No risky overseas games, and that's what Clark needed. Coming off that insane Iowa run straight into the dough, she felt it all. The fatigue, the burnout. She wasn't about to repeat that. A'ja felt the same way and opted for a quiet off-season. As Demita said, those 2 players being able to take the entire off-season to work on themselves and not risk their bodies playing in an overseas league or even playing in Unrivaled. And you just wonder if they are better prepared going into this season than players who did play overseas or who did play in Unrivaled. If we're talking risk, just ask Nika Muhl or Jordan Horston, both out for the season after tearing ACLs abroad. Sure, the Unrivaled off-season was short, just 8 weeks, and gave players some downtime. Also, no major injuries were there. But still, nothing compares to taking the full break. Also, the analyst predicted how, if the new CBA adds solid salary incentives, teams might actually start encouraging players to stay home in the off-season. It's all about protecting the investment. And speaking of investment, Indiana Fever fans are already seeing the return. Clark's back and better, and the Fever are 2-0 in preseason. One win came without her. The other was a blowout at her old stomping ground in Iowa. The squad looks loaded, confident, and already climbing the championship odds. It's giving something special is brewing. By the way, while doing all that, they'd also created a little history along the way. If you thought the hype stopped there, think again. Caitlin Clark just joined an elite ESPN club with none other than LeBron James. That Fever preseason game in Iowa against Brazil's national team drew 1.3 million viewers. Let that sink in. Only 2 NBA preseason games on ESPN since 2010 did better, and both featured LeBron. One was a Cavs Bulls game in 2017, 1.4 M. The other a Warriors-Lakers clash in 2018 2M. And now Clark's on it. But it's nothing new. Her viewership pool is wild. In 2024 alone, 22 WNBA regular season games topped 1 million viewers, for the first time since 2008. At the All-Star Game and the WNBA Draft, and that's 24 events. Clark was part of 21 of them. The math has always been mathing. This year, Clark and the Fever will be everywhere. Out of 44 total games, 41 will be nationally televised or streamed. That includes 10 on ABC/ESPN and 8 on ION. As Clark put it herself, "We're on ESPN. This is a great opportunity for our team." And CC isn't taking it for granted at all.